very good relationship with God as you are even rising up now. So now my journey started in the dimension of ministry. It started very, 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 very. I was very young, and then I'll say it came through a friend. My friend Ofosu is now at Itachiman, who was very sick, very, very sick. The issue was very bad. And one time around basic school thereabout, it came very severe. And he came to me, he said, Right, I want you to pray for me. At that time, I was not doing anything like a man of God. I didn't know how to even read the Bible. I didn't pray. I was not doing anything like a pastor or something. That was class 4 or something. So the guy came and said, I should pray for him. And the moment I prayed, I laid my hands on the person, I prayed for him. That was something, a chronic disease. He had no cure. By my little prayer for him, from that time to now, this guy has never experienced. So it created something in me that, so you have to learn how to accept ungratefulness, how to accept disappointment, because all these are parts of the journey. Are you getting it? Yeah, so that's the bit of me when it comes to the ministry, and then also the bit of me when it comes to the business and then the philanthropic. I have that heart for people. So the motto for our foundation is "People is our mandate." The reason for your existence is to want to serve God and to serve humanity. That is all why we are here. That is why we came to this world, to serve human beings. So whatever I have, I don't deem it right for me alone. It's for the benefit of the other person that is next to me. You understand? So going through that through a lot of disappointment. You understand? So I love people, I love human beings. So when I see that people are going through a lot, it pains me. So the little I have, the little CD I have on me, I'll gather it, go in for external support, put it together, and then we do something. For example, we used 2 years to change a bit of the story in that place. We went there, the education system was very bad. They didn't have any uniform to wear, and then stationaries to learn. So for last 2 years, we sold 200 class brand new uniform for the school. We gave them 200 class stationery, books, pens, a lot. That is where my joy is. When I see that people are also appreciating the fact that they are part of humanity. Poverty can let you have the understanding that you are not part of humanity. It can take your joy, it can take your happiness. But when we give them these items, and last year too, we went there, we spent the Christmas with them. I realized that the people, so when you are in town and then some sees you, because you don't know them, so when they see you in town, they'll be like, you came to our community, you did this, you did. That's where my joy is. And as a young person is listening to me right now, I want you to know that everything you are gathering now, it is for the benefit of others. That is what makes you great. That is what makes you successful. When somebody laughs, when somebody put smile on the face of somebody, that is where you sense that I have done something. It's not about the material gains and stuff. The material things are part, they are important. But after all, let somebody also appreciate the fact that it is because of you that he or she is laughing. Yeah, that's what I can say on that.
And this is true. The journey has not been really exciting because I mean in life we get to know that there are ups and downs. There are times we should fall, there are times we should rise. We don't get what we want. And from what you said, I mean, like I said, it's gonna I said it's going to inspire someone, and definitely someone listening, a young person listening will be inspired from this because you spoke so much about how you discovered your purpose. I mean, most people don't have a helping hand.
Yeah.
Most people don't have a hand to show them the way.
Yeah.
Most people don't even have a hand to even teach them what they can do. I mean, most people are there, like you said, those people in the remote areas. I think they don't even have access to some of these things to even listen. And so, if there's a slight opportunity for them to even listen to what you said, just like a second, that you just helped someone out with a particular prayer. I mean, why did that come from? That's why I get to see that we have something in us that we actually have to tap out, but due to some reasons we are blindfolded. In the next road show, most episodes I always talk about something about gratitude. I think that three days ago or 4 days ago I spoke something. I just had a show about gratitude. Like gratitude is a must. Like you said, most people actually don't they see gratitude as something that is normal.
Yeah.
But gratitude is something that goes way beyond, way beyond. It can affect our mental health. It
Yeah.
can affect the way we live, how
Yeah.
we see things, with so many stuff. So your journey has been a typical journey for a great man, and sure, there's more greatness to come. And the aspect of the philanthropy, that part actually is something that you get to know that you've been really called to transform lives.
Sure.
That is what this show is all about. And so you've made mention of some encounters. Are there any other encounters in the journeys that you would want to put out?
All right. On the negatives a lot.
Yes.
I just want to hammer on the positives and even the house. For example, you know, I'm a man of God, so allow me to just quote some scriptures here. The Bible, when you read the Bible says that your gifts will bring you before great men. So now, as a young person, what I can say is, and I mean, identify your gift. These are some of the encounters I had. I won't talk about the negatives. Identify your gift. When you are able to identify your gift and you polish your gift, for example, right now I'm in front of Mr. Listo. By the grace of God, if as time goes on, he polished himself several times. I am not going to be. There are going to be high personalities that he's going to interview on this same platform. So now, when you're able to identify the gift, it will bring you before great men. So when I was able to identify my gift and then my skill, and I polished it well, it brought me before great men. I don't have the time or the luxury to talk about these great people that I've encountered. It's not important. But what I want to tell you is that polish yourself as a great person, as a young person who aspires to be a great person. You know, when you go out there to buy a book, financial book, for example, they won't give you any formula to be rich. I remember when the first day I bought a book that talks about finance, I thought I'll get things like put this amount of money here, add this, and go and start this business. They will give you business ideas in the book, but realize that they will never talk anything like business idea in the book. All that they will talk about is how to polish yourself to fit in that position. That is how it is. So when you are able to polish yourself, it puts you in that position to encounter great people. I tell you, the great men out there are looking for great young men and so to encounter them. You understand? They also started like you, so they are looking for somebody who also will start like them in the young state or in the young position, and then they can mentor, they can tutor, and then they can coach the person. But here's the case: you have to even identify your gift or your skill, and you yourself you are not refined and polished. You understand? So that is that positive encounter I want to talk about. Now, as you've said, encounters, let me just say something small on the negatives in passing. The negatives, I'll say, lack of appreciation. And this appreciation is not only about the gratitude. Now, I'm talking about how people will not accept you, from where you are coming from, the familiarity. That has been one of the great things that I have encountered, and it took grace because I realized it got to a time I decided to stop what I was doing because people were so much familiar, and then because they were familiar with you, they would give you so much discouragement. They will not support, they would discourage you because they think you are supposed to be like them. You understand? They think you are from this small village, so nobody should have a mindset which is outside this village. So when you begin to think global, which is beyond the local, they will try to discourage you. They will be familiar with you, and they will try to corner you to be like them. And that has been one of the things I have encountered, and it nearly collapsed me. Are you getting it? It nearly collapsed me, but by the grace, counted positive friends. Seriously, A young man who is growing up aspiring to be great. Bible says that bad company corrupts good habits. Encounter good friends, encounter positive friends. Where you are going, it matters. When you don't have a direction, everywhere will become a direction or a destination for you. So your friends can be your direction, and the kind of friends you have will teach you or will show you the kind of destination you have or you can get to. This is my friend Eric. I started with him from primary, and he has been with me now because I have identified that he is a good friend, and we have something in common that we are getting to a certain destination. So no great person will be great when you have bad company working with you, because company comes with influence. When you are not able to influence them, they will also influence you. So I have encountered a lot, and these are the three things I just want to talk about: good company, polishing your gift, and then I have encountered familiarities which immediately crippled me, but I came out because of some friends I had. Yeah, thank you very much.
Very much. Okay, we've had a fruitful discussion with a great man, and he made mention that he's had a friend from primary school, and I think looking at him, he shares some grace with him because birds of the same feathers flock together, and I hope that as you've been with him, there are lots of experiences and encounters that you've also had, and my ears are itching to know about them. I'm a very curious person, and I know that my listeners will be also curious to know about who you are and what you do. So without wasting much time, will you do us the honors of telling us your name and also a little bit about your journey and your encounters you have faced?
Thank you very much, sir. So my name is Eric Yeboah, a good friend of Mr. Jacob Wright. We've been friends for quite a long time, as he said, from primary school up to now. And then our journey has been so wonderful. Looking at Bright, as Robert Greene has been saying in his books, appearances speaks a lot. And looking at him, his personality, greatness is all over him, and we've been friends for quite a long time. And then it has been a good journey so far. Yeah. And as he said, when he talked to us about his vision, well, looking at us then, it was something really big, and we had fears and doubts, and then, as he said, discouragement, because looking at our current situation then, and then where we wanted to be, it was really huge. But then God being so good, we've been on the journey for a while, and then things are going well, and then we hope and pray for greater things to happen along the line. And as he said, he talked about ministry work. Ministry work has been good, and then about our foundation, Hope Givers Mission. When it comes to the philanthropic work, that has also been good. But then one thing I would say is, and this is our physical realm, money is a powerful force. As he made mention, we have good friends around us who are committed to the work. We are doing a whole lot of things to support him and then make the dream come true. But then one thing we've been facing for some time now is, I would say, is when it comes to money issues. But then we have some partners who do sponsor us whenever we want to do programs and stuff. So it hasn't been easy, but then it has been a great one.
I mean, it's good. It's all good with if you have someone who is by your side, like a right hand man, who encourages you as a good friend as you are to him. I know that the two or the three, everyone out there who encounters you is actually encountering something extraordinary because you carry some flair in you, and I know that everywhere you go, you're just going to leave a mark there. And so you've been a very good friend to him. And personally, he spoke about some encounters. Personally, have you faced any challenges aside this? Any challenges as to starting the ministry together, the ministry work? I know that there are people out there who would say some things. Yes. So personally, has anyone tried to dissuade you from doing the just cause, or has anyone tried to influence you away from being on the right path? I mean, there may be challenges, there may be some small things.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. There have been times those around us, they would tell you things like, we knew you. No, you've been with us, so they don't expect you to do things greater than yourself. Looking at you, be like, oh, we are with you here, so no, this person can do this. We are with you in this environment, so how do you expect? No, it's not going to work. But then we looked down on those things, and then we placed in much effort, to do what we set ourselves to do. And then it has been good. The negative things keep coming, the comments, the attitude, but then still, we are trying our best, and then thanks to God,
so I think this shows how great the dream is, and this shows how deep you are into transforming people's life. And over to you. Thank you very much for this. I think it's very impactful and has also inspired me. This small talk that we are having is actually inspiring me to know some things, and I know definitely that I'm also going to. Because you're a philanthropist, you're a student. I mean, studies takes lots of time and effort, and you do lots of things. So how are you able to combine all these things together? In the previous episode, I spoke about time management. So I think if you add something like this to it, it's going to help everyone listening out there, and also emphasize on some points.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, I will say once again, the God factor and the grace. All these multitasking that we are doing. Yes, honestly, physically, it's very, very, very straining and stressful. But if you can see where you are going, things like this cannot weigh you down. And when it comes to the multitasking, I have a scheme that I say 100% balance. 100% balance. What do I mean? The same time I give for God, I give that same balance for my studies. And then I give that same balance for my world development. So if I give, for example, 5 hours to read my Bible, I don't expect to study less than 5 hours. Is that getting it? Yes. So I use that as my scheme. Equal balance. But there are some people, they'll be like, they will study more, the secular studies, and then they'll give 20 minutes to God. You see? And then there are some people, they give 5 more hours to God, and then they give 10 minutes to their studies. You have not balanced it all. You become a half-baked person, but it should be an equal balance. So if you are reading this book, it should be as equal, if not equal, but it should be at par with each other.
Okay.
So that's how I do it. So ministry, if I'm to pray, I the hours I can use to pray, I make sure I use that same hours, if not less, if the same or more, in my studies. Is I getting it? Yes. So that's how, on a matter of time, that's how I do it personally. And then also for the whole ministry and then the foundation, we've arranged we don't just come up with things. We have a periodic table that arranges all our engagement and stuff. So our programs, our timings, where we will go from here, whatever we do, we've scheduled it for the whole year. So that's how we also do that as well. Because as a great person, a young person who aspires to be a great person, one thing that must guide you is management of your time.
Yes, time management.
You should have a schedule, a to-do list, because when the day comes, you should have something to do. If not, everything can preoccupy you. Everything can occupy you. That's where you can follow anyone anywhere. You can just jump into anything. No, you should be guided. You should be scheduled. So you must schedule yourself that every blessed day at 1 p.m. Redefine Mission. Hope Redefine Mission. We are on all social media platforms, excluding TikTok, Snapchat. We are on. We have a website, so if you want to read about us, you can go to. We don't have that www website, but if you want to read about us, you can go to Google. You can type in Hope Redefine Mission. You see us. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. Now, I'll give a brief history of this philanthropy, of this foundation. As I said, it started way back SHS.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
When we were myself and some friends, some are not here. When we were about completing, I asked myself, so what can I use to say thank you to God? Because looking at my background, it's not easy to pass or go to SHS, graduate and remain as you came or as you went, come back as you know. It's not easy. It is either you become an addict of drugs,
Yeah.
or you become some way. But it took the grace of God. I went through that years, and then so I was like, God, what can I use to thank you? And I had this inner conviction. He said, use this, what I'm doing right now, to thank me. And so, right after school, I spoke with my friends. We started, the people that I started with, we were just 8, Eric inclusive. I don't have the time, maybe I could have mentioned their names. We were just 8. So we went out, we gathered. So that's how we do it. So we gathered monthly, I would say, dips.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, we added it, and then we went to one first orphanage at Yaima.
Okay.
So that was the first thing we did that very year after school. And by the grace of God, from 8, we are now around 40 people. And from orphanage, where we just sent in drinks and toiletries, took God. And then good relationship we had with some people who are partners. So that is something small for now. And then the vision is very big. The vision is very big. If you care to know our vision, our vision statement, we say Jesus be revealed, Jesus be glorified through the unchanging scenes of sorrowful life unto a fulfilled life. We are passionate about seeing people having a fulfilled destiny, having a fulfilled life from grace to grace. We are passionate about seeing people where God will take them from nothing to something. That is what we are up to. So the vision is very big. It's very big. We seek to cover a lot of poor areas we have in Ghana here, and not in Ghana alone. That's what I'm saying. The vision.
That he started a long time ago. He didn't just start. I mean, it takes a process. We said in the other episodes of the Next Wave show that we start. Everything is all about a process. Everything is all about a process. And so he started somewhere in high school, and he didn't just start like that. He had a vision. So he drew his plans, his goals. He made things together, and then eventually here he is today with this philanthropical work. So there is lots to say. Stay with me as I just come from this room.
Sure.
Everything is mind blowing. Everything about you is actually mind blowing. So let's just tell me something about this upcoming program.
All right. Thank you very much once again.
Yeah.
So as you said in the introduction, philanthropist and then a man of God. So this is where we come in our element as a man of God. The name of the program is Revolution 10th Conference. Revolution 10th Conference. And from the word revolution, if you know what we are going to do, I won't talk much about revolution as a word, but all that I want to say is that on that very day of the program, we have been doing this program for 3 years. This is our 10th edition, and as a testimony, I would say it has been life transforming. I've seen so many people that came under the tent. We say for our program, we say it's a tent because we enter the tent, we don't leave the same. When you check the Bible, a lot of people in the Old Testament, when they want to receive them in their tent, you are getting it. So in a tent, there are so many things happening there. I can tell you of Abraham, I can tell you of Isaac to his children, I can tell you of Jacob to his children. And when they enter the tent, oh my goodness, they don't leave the same. So when you enter Revolution 10th Conference, I tell you, you're not going to live the same. There are 3 things that every day we experience during the Revolution 10th Conference. There is miracle, there is transformation, then there is the divine mysteries of God. You know what is all about revelation is there should be something that is a secret that should come up, and then it would lead you on to another thing.
Yes.
So when you check all the revolution that are happening in this world, it was something. It was something that the people got to know, and then they realized that what we are being feeding on is literally not the entire truth. Mr. Lister, are you getting it?
Yes.
So check the history of the revolutions. They literally had a secret, and they was like, oh, so this is a solution, and then they applied it and it worked. So in the revolution tent, we say there are mysteries in God, there are mysteries in your life that when you get to know, you can apply it and it's going to work in your life. I have known so many people that they give a testimony about this conference. I have somebody that was saying that he had, she lost hope in going back to SHS trainings, and she's doing well. There are so many things happening to people. As a great person, I always say God factor, and when you get to see one revelation that will come out of the scripture, that will come out from the mouth of a man of God, you realize that will be a transformation. So one person can transform the whole community, can transform the whole nation. That is my philosophy. God does not need thousands of people. He needs just one person. And one person can make a difference. And that difference is you listening to me right now. And to add it to it, Revolution Tent, that individual souls that enters the tent, we are in for great impact in this world. I bet you, any individual that will enter the tent, for this we have been doing it 3 years, and we are going ahead. Anyone that will follow this tent gradually, I tell you, you are a great person in the making. You are a life, you are a destiny changer. You are a generational changer. Because God is looking for that one individual, which is you, to change something in your community. Ghana can change, and this change can come when you have a revelation from the word, and it transforms every kind of mindset you have. So Revelation 10th conference is a time of miracle, a time of transformation, and a time of divine mysteries. And I can't wait to see what God will do on that very day. We will talk about the date. I believe you could ask me on the date.
Yes. In case they want more information.
Right. So if you want to contact us for a location, for sponsorship, for inquiries, you can call this number 054 55 32 976, 054 55 32 976, or you can call 059 103 7427.
With something here, never forget the God factor. Whoever you are, you carry something. This is what I have learned so far. I don't know why, I don't know about you, but try your very best to pick something. I know you wrote something down. So what I picked is that the God factor rules over all. Try your best to identify who you are, what you can do. Do not let obstacles weigh you down. Wherever you go, try to make a difference. Surround yourself with the right people, because the company you make determines how your life would be. The people around you determines your direction. Everyone around you has an impact on you. So who is actually by you? And we had an amazing talk with Mr. Eric here, who shared his small encounter and is a blessing unto us. And so we spoke a lot about what he does. He's a philanthropist, and I would also